Shout out to Matt S for being the first person to jump in on the nation. Appreciate you guys for joining in. Hey, it's one of those things where it's time to put up or shut up. Barbecue or mildew. We're going to put everything down on the line. I hope you guys are able to hear me so we can get this thing going. There's so many things, but let's get it going. Let's get it going. Let's go. Yes, indeed, guys. So with that being said, man, we're going to get this thing going one way or another. Salute to you guys, man. Hey, the draft is right around the corner. Lives about to change. People about to get cut. Somebody's going to have a new guy that's on the team that's going to change the complexion of their team, complexion of their roster. A whole lot of things finna go down in the mix. But at the end of the day, this past Thursday and Friday and Saturday, we want our team to come out on top because I'm tired. I'm really tired of everybody putting us down and just not having faith in us, man. So with that being said, with all that being said, we have to make an imprint. We have to change the mindset of everybody out there, even with the media, even with the team from within. Is because if not, we don't want to face what we faced last year, right? Everybody counting us out. And I love that aspect of it too as well, because this is the thing is with the Dallas Cowboys. When we're out, when we down and out, we like a prize fighter. We still swinging. We still punching. Because remember, 2000, I'm going to say the 2013, everybody said, okay, this team has the world's worst defense. 2014, we surprised the world, right? We surprised everybody out there. And then on top of that, 2015, the world is about to end, right? Everybody counted us out. And then even with the first part of 2016, Tony Romo folded up like a pretzel. We all know that. Then Dak Prescott came into the mix, and everybody played lights out. And you know, this team is built around the Ezekiel Elliott. I understand that. Man, salute to you too as well. Tatum, shout out to you. Italian Cowboy, my brother. Star Boy 50, shout out to you too as well. Hey, I don't look like Danny Glover. Yeah, you're right. I've been saying that for years, man. Hey, it's one of those things, man. We're dangerous when we can hit people by surprise. And this first week, we're going to play the Carolina Panthers. I made an analogy. I made a parallel, is that if somebody can just hear me out. I made a parallel that, well, I don't know if you can call it parallel, but I made a thought track of this right here. Everybody remember the 2015 Panthers, right? Everybody remember that team. I don't think Steve Smith played on that team. I'm talking about Steve Smith, senior, the wide receiver, number 89. It was one of those things where they were saying to their organization, it's Cam Newton's team now. Let's focus around him and let's focus around his defense. Let's get the running game. Let's get everything going in that fashion. And they played lights out, ball out, and they did a lot of things. The only reason why I'm saying this is because I've been looking at a lot of Carolina Panthers film so we can get ready for game one or week one, or however you want to look at it. But beyond that, what I'm saying is 2015 Carolina Panthers can be us, but I want us to host the Lombardi Trophy. If we can just figure out, put the right places and pieces together with the defense. They were scrappy. Josh Norman was scrappy, yes, and had the other guys scrappy. Luke Kuechly, somebody can say as well as that's the same guy as Sean Lee. So if we can craft this thing together, make the right picks in this defensive draft, because we got to draft defense. I do know that I hear a spring of people. I know that they did the mock draft of the NFL. They had DJ Moore going with the 19th pick. That wouldn't be wise, in my opinion. It will be rightfully so for us to get a defense. Shout out to Roy. Shout out to you, man. Dio in the house too as well. Nicola. Shout out to all you guys, some faithful late people that coming in late at the draft, because you guys know I'm coming on late because I just put the daughter to bed. Cooper Rush starting quarterback in 2019. That's from Lewis. Hey, if Cooper Rush can be the Cooper Rush, it is. But right now I'm riding with Dak Prescott. And it's not because I'm a Dak Prescott lover. It's one of those things where I support the quarterback that's in starting position. And on top of that, too, as well, guys. Come on now. Come on, man. You guys got to lay off on Dak Prescott. It is what it is, though. Come week 1, I'm telling you guys right now, we need a baller out there. We need somebody that's going to make changes to this team. That guy's still wearing number 4. Last I checked, he still got a winning record 2 years in a row. So I'm going to roll with that. Hey, it is what it is, guys. So with this 19th overall pick, 82% of the chances, this is the analytics of things. This is just me pulling up data. 82% of the chance either Jerry Jones trade back or move up in the draft. That's 82% of the chance. So it's something like Jerry Jones may want to make a move or may want to make a splash. And it's just one of those things with Jerry Jones losing his weapon, losing some of his guys out there. You know how it goes. He might just fool around and trade back. I'm leaning more towards him moving up, getting that splash guy. Maybe a Derwin James, maybe a Vita Vea. It feels like defense to me. But at the same time, I do know that they brought in a lot of visits, and they may be trying to stir up the pot. Maybe they leaning more towards Calvin Ridley. We saw him with the shorts, the Dallas Cowboys shorts. But this is the thing right here, guys. And let me just tell you guys on this aspect. It's put up or shut up. It's barbecue or mildew talk right here. The reason why most of the players have Dallas Cowboys apparel, when they go out and do the 30-day visit or whatever, then they call it the draft, Dallas draft day visit, whatever, they give them Cowboys gear to work out in. So don't read too much into the tea leaves of that. So with that being said, you know, there's Melvin, I think was his name, played for the Melvin Gordon. He had Dallas Cowboys all over his body, you know, when he came out. Of course, he wanted to play for the America's team. Of course, who don't want to put that star on their chest? And you know what I mean? It's one of those things where we can't read too much into that. And if somebody's saying that, hey, Geno Campbell, Calvin Ridley's legs are tiny. You know, hey, shout out to the tiny legs, man. Hey, something about tiny legs as a wide receiver. It don't bother me that much. Now, if you're playing another position like a running back, if he had small legs like a Darren McFadden had those toothpicks as legs, it doesn't look right, you know. Maybe DBs can have small legs, you know. Yeah, so it's one of those things too as well. So let me see if I can do this right here because I know you guys are. I hope my team draft a blank, you know. Who you guys want to see? What type of guy that you guys want out there? Because I'm feeling, like I said before, by Sunday, you might see Earl Thomas wearing silver and blue, Cowboys geared out. I think deadlines make deals. Somehow, some way, they're going to figure out a way to will and deal it. I don't put nothing past Jerry Jones and his team of people like Will McClay and Stephen Jones. I don't put nothing past them. So what I'm saying is, with this being in your mind, is that come Sunday, you might be going out there looking for your 29 Earl Thomas jersey. And I wish I could make them because it's going to happen. It's fun. I feel it. You know, I feel ET is coming. And a lot of people are saying that, okay, Law, Earl is old. He's too old to play for this team. Go back, do your homework, look up Charles Woodson. When they transitioned, of course, Charles Woodson was a hell of a defensive back, or cornerback to be precise. And when he went to play, the safety and Raiders too as well. But when he transitioned over to the Green Bay Packers, they put that guy into the safety spot. When you do the Pro Football Focus, the stat munchers out there, the stat patrol, all of you guys going to find the similarity, the comparables, the things that make things matter, I guess, for stats. And you're going to see a very comparable guy out there. And then also, too, as well, even last year, Earl Thomas was ranked 3rd overall in Pro Football Focus as the safety or what have you. You guys can do your homework on that, too, as well. I see a lot of Puna Ford out there. I don't know. It could happen. It could be quite possible. How much, Law? Italian Cowboy? I'm telling you guys, a straight up third round draft for Earl Thomas. And here's why. I don't think the Seattle Seahawks got a 2nd round draft pick. Their fan base is going to be sitting on their tail for all their time, and they're going to be sitting there saying, they're gonna be sitting there saying, "Oh wow." They're gonna be sitting there saying, "Okay, we need to make some type of splash." And with that being said, why not third round? We're gonna say, "Hey, we give you guys something. You guys gonna be able to." You guys going to be able to now have a guy that's going to be able to make some things happen. Because we're going to take the $10 million off the table from you, and we also going to be able to sign this guy to our team because he's not out there in training camp right now, or mandatory or voluntary camp for the Seattle Seahawks, unless Seattle Seahawks go out there and say, okay, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to extend your contract and make you a lifetime Seahawk guy. That could be possible, but put up or shut up. This is what'll happen. And as far as Charles Woodson is better than Earl Thomas, of course. A blind man with Ray Charles can see that he blind dead, and he never saw something out there as amazing as football play. And I think there even Ray Charles can see that Charles Woodson is better than Earl Thomas. But what I'm saying collectively, I'm looking at the bigger picture. An older player going to a team that can help elevate younger guys out there. Now, will a Earl Thomas is Earl Thomas in the likings of a Troy Polamalu or Ed Reed? No, he's not that type of guy. But is he better than a Kevon Frazier, a Jeff Heath? Man, I go on. I don't even know who our third safety is, So what I'm saying is nobody in the draft going to be able to line and put people in places like Earl Thomas will be able to do. That is what I'm saying. Say what it is. It is what it is. Law with vendor ash lovers out there. Law, we a vendor VDE lovers out there. Or I guess you're saying, is there any vendor ash lovers out there? I laughed so hard today. I wish I could go live earlier. I was listening to 105.3 The Fan, and I heard this guy, KT, I think it's Kevin Turner, whatever his name is, and somebody else. They compared Vander Esch to Roe McClain. But this is what they angle. They said that Vander Esch is similar to Roe McClain, but he's just weaker. Come on, man. How you going to make that a comparison? That's a lazy comparison to say that Vander Esch is similar to Roe McClain, but he's weaker. You know what I mean? It's like comparing me to Arnold Schwarzenegger. They Law is like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he's blacker and weaker. You know what I mean? He can't lift what he lifts. Duh, come on, man. Come on. That's a horrible analogy, a horrible comparison. And I don't see none of that in his film. I don't think that he has the skins on the wall to even have those type of comparison. That's why comps can always throw people off at times, And then he only played linebacker for a year, maybe a year and a half. Come on, man. Hey, stop all of this. I would love to see Vander Esch with the team with the second round draft pick or third or something like that. I know he's not going to skate that low or fall that low. But VDE is a first round bust. Hey, and then guess what? That guy, he'd probably be the next best sliced thing since sliced bread. If he go into the right system, if he goes to the Patriots or somebody like that, I'm quite sure that they can mask him and help him out down the line. I like Rasheed Evans too. I like him. I like Rasheed. Vander Esch is equal Chad Greenway. D.O., I can see that analogy there. He only played for 5 years. Oh wow. Bobby Carpenter is better than Vander Esch. What is the love for Vander Esch? When I looked at his film, I said, I'm keep looking. Yeah, he flies out to the ball. He tackles upright a little bit. He has some bursts, but I just don't see anything like far as flavor. Now, you see Rasheed Evans, or Rashawn Evans, however you say that man's name, he's a dog of a dog of a dog. He beats now. He do have a little liability and coverage and things like that. Can you give us your first round thought? First round through third round pick. Okay, I will. First round, and I have to split it. Vita Vea or Will Hernandez. I don't see us truly making the very big splash of going down and grabbing a Derwin James. I think that Derwin James is gonna go number 8. I think to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think he's gonna slide to either one of those teams. Because think about it, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they went and picked up Ward last year. They went and got J.J. Wilcox, Ward, and both of those guys didn't work out. So they need a safety. They need somebody that can fly out to the ball, and whatever the Tampa Bay. I don't know what number they drafting. I lost it just that quick. But I think that's where Derwin James is going to go. And Derwin James tried to skirt off of it because he didn't go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers wanted a private interview session or field session with him, and he turned it down. 9 times out of 10, he cannot control where he goes. Only the Manning brothers can do that. Or only there's another guy, I think John Elway, can determine where they go. And these are quarterbacks, right? I never heard of a defensive guy saying that, okay, I do not want to play for this team. I'm going to sit out a year. I digress, right? So I think that we're going to either go with Will Hernandez, the core. Put that on your mind and put that on your mental Rolodex. The core is either with Will Hernandez or Vita Vea. And here's why. This is why these 2 picks. I'm just not going to give you the pick and run off to the next pick. Here's why they can help elevate the team from a Will Hernandez aspect. I said that he would actually grow the actual offense and defense with both moves. And here's why. With Will Hernandez, Dak Prescott will have a cleaner pocket to throw off of. You see more boots, your wheels, your waggles, all those plays going to come out of that mix. And then on top of that, Ezekiel Elliott, he's going to be happy, smiling like Michael Jackson at a daycare. He's going to be one of those guys that like, yes, I'm going to be able to hit the hole, run straight up, turn 0 to 60 real quick. He's going to be one of those guys. Now, with that being said, also with Vita Vea, you put Vita Vea on that line, there's no comfortable pocket that the quarterback can step in. We know what D-Law can do. Shout out to the Law. Thoughts on Christian Kirk? I'll come right with you on that too as well. Shout out to you, Gino Campbell, making a donation to help grow the nation. Shout out to you too as well. I appreciate everybody who make donations out here. But the thing is with this, okay? With this all being said, with that being said, when you have Will Hernandez out there in the mix, and then if you have Vita Vea out there too as well, either one of these picks going to help this out. But let me get back to Vita Vea. The thing is with Vita Vea, what you want your linebackers to do is run clean out in space, don't have to fight through trash, and this is what they're going to help elevate Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith is already, look at his drafting report, look at his scouting report. They said he would excel better with a clean lane to run through. He don't have to shed through blocks. This is what a Vita Vea is going to do. D-Law is going to eat David Irvin. You sprinkle tacos in the mix. Malik Collins is going to play better. That will help the core of the defense. In the cover 2, the vulnerable spot in the cover 2 is in the middle seam routes, slants. Those are the problems. But if you, and I'm telling you, if you can corral the pocket and push back that pocket, you will have quarterback more antsy, and you will have your picks that everybody like to have out there, the interceptions. I'd say intersection. But interceptions, you will have more of those out there with just the pressure up front in the middle. Because we do know that D-Law can escape out to the edge. Did I mention Sean Lee in the mix? Sean Lee will have a healthier, longer career. I know I'm long-winded on my first round, but here's what's going to happen with the second round pick. I really think that Jerry Jones is kind of saying, okay, you guys had fun with the first round. Give me the second round. This is where I gamble. This is where I make my dirt, Jerry Jones loved to gamble with the second round pick. Somehow, some way, he's going to do something crazy. He's going to have everybody on the edge of their seat, and he's going to go get a wide receiver. It's going to be controversial. It's going to be weird. It's going to be like a pick like, who you going to get at this point? I'm really thinking if DJ Moore is not there, if a Calvin Ridley is not there, maybe a Christian Kirk, but it's not going to be that guy. It's going to be a Cortland Sutton. That's going to be the second round draft pick. It's going to be like, you could have waited. He's not that explosive. He's tall. He's rangy. Yes, but he's kind of raw in some aspect. Some people said that he's like a tad bit faster Laquan Treadwell, that's what he's. Look at him on tape. He's a tad bit faster than Laquan Treadwell at this point. And that's what a lot of people are going to say, and they're going to try to bring in those analogies, and they're going to say, why? You're supposed to have a Dak Prescott-friendly offense. To me, he's not a Dak Prescott-friendly guy, but, hey, he comes out there. He's going to make some spectacular plays. Hopefully, you got that small window, and you can do something within the first 4 years. That's the only thing we can lean on. Jerry Jones got to be Jerry Jones. He got to sell the jersey. So, with that being said, you guys already know with the 3rd round pick coming around, what's going to happen is that he's going to make that will and deal. Jerry Jones going to rub his hands together, and he's going to say, okay, Seattle Seahawks, you guys got your man who you wanted, but at the end of the day, this guy's not reporting to training camp. This guy he ran down our coach, for crying out loud. He want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go ahead and ink this deal. We give you we give you this 3rd round pick. Maybe we tie some conditions in within that. Maybe we'll do that, And the Earl Thomas is gone, The 3rd round, with our 3rd round pick. And then with the 4th round pick, we go back to defense. We get a Shaquem Griffin. It's just how it's going to go. This is how it's going to go. If it goes exactly like that, then I need to be a multi-millionaire. I need to be Jerry Jones better hit me up and say, Will McClay, move out the way. I got the law now. But it may be similar to that, It's going to roll that way. I don't see us getting. Please, Dallas Cowboys, don't do this. Don't do this to me. Give up a 2nd round draft pick for Earl Thomas when the team is going to let him go the next year anyway. Don't do that. Just don't do it, Look, the race is not to the swift, you know what I mean? Nor the battle to the strong. Just endure through the end. Try to will and deal your way through it, but just don't give up your 2nd round. Just don't do it. This is the hard draft from Italian Cowboy. Yes, it is. D.O. Yeah, Law Nation in the building. I'm trying to get in the building, man. I'm trying to get it crunk, man, for you guys. Sutton ran a 4.7. Dez ran a 4.5. Oh, my God. He ran a 4.7. But, Sutton is like 6'4", 6'5". You look at him making excuses for the guy, right? Jerry Rice ran a 4.6, It's just different in that type of way, Different type of receivers. I don't see a Dez Bryant and Sutton. I see more of a T.O.-ish type of receiver, more of a Brandon Marshall type of guy. Dez Bryant is different in a sense. You don't really see, if people try to do the comparables of Megatron and Dez, it was just 2 different type of receivers from the jump. It was just different type of guys. Just because they can both high point the ball. Look, Megatron was like X-Files. Dez Bryant was like, okay, wow. You know what I mean? Dez Bryant would give you those spectacular plays, but at the end of the day, he will also boo-boo some spectacular plays. And that's just calling a spade a spade. I'm not hating on the guy, but that's just what it is. Now, of course, somebody's going to pull out numbers and say, hey, he had 73 touchdowns. But if anybody watched football during the time I watched football, a game changer was, but it just couldn't get right off on the field. A T.O. Dez Bryant was never as feared as much as T.O. T.O. was feared. Dez Bryant was like, okay, manageable. It was the quarterback pretty much, okay, T.O. was having the ball thrown to him by Jeff Garcia and a guy named Tim Rattay or something like that. You know what I mean? John Kitna, when John Kitna was playing. So it's just 2 different type of receivers. I do know there's stats and numbers. Somebody going to pull stats out of there, you know what, and they're going to pound me with this. But the tape, trust the tape, Dez is an 8-8 player. My goodness, man, you speaking to me now, watch, because you can get into the mind of Dez. You can get it. You saw that rookie get into the mind of him, having him spitting out all type of stuff. Look, everybody played football and sports before. Your whole job, duty, and talent level is when you're doing good out there in the field. There's always going to be somebody going to try to get in you. But I let my play on the field do the action. Now, I know I'm not a pro athlete. Come on, I understand that. But it is what it is. Shout out to Dez, man. Hope he go out there and ball next year. All right, Deshaun Thompson. I see John Cena coming out 6th round. What's your thoughts? You can't see John Cena? Oh man, salute, man. Dollar Ninja. How tall is DJ Moore? I don't want a receiver that's 5'10". DJ Moore is actually 6 foot. And DJ Moore is also X-Files too as well. He got tree trunks for legs. He's fast, he quick. He run pretty good routes, decent routes too as well. He does occasionally allow the ball to hit him in his body. I've seen some tape on that. Just look up some of his highlight films, and I do know that you guys don't have time to look at some raw tape, and we really don't have access to college tape and film anyhow. But the highlights that you do see, some of the games, one-on-one games, you do see DJ Moore allow the ball to travel within his body and frame. But he is 6 foot. He's 6'1". See, this guy getting tall about a minute. Law, you forgot about Kirk. Oh, okay. I haven't forgot about Christian Kirk. Shout out to you, Cole Free. 199 special, man. Hey, the thing is with Christian Kirk, we got a Ron Switz, you got a Cole Beasley at the moment, right? And you got a Lance Lenoir somewhere sliding around the bench. Christian Kirk is 5'11". No? Can't nobody tell me he's 6 foot or what have you. He's either 5'10" or 5'11". The thing is with Christian Kirk, he is explosive. He will be an immediate upgrade on anybody that's on his kickoff return and punt return. He will be that. He will be that pretty much guy that's going to be like, it can be either a Tyreek Hill or he can be either a Lucky Whitehead as it relates to like these kickoff returns. We just don't really know, you know. He is a guy that have not played to the outside who said he can play on the outside. I do know that D-Rob, that's David Robertson, is working out with him. He will help him out with getting his separation. Now, from his argument, his vantage points was saying that, hey, the system did not allow me to play on the outside, you see. So the system that I played in, it was in the inside, vertical inline routes, reverse sweeps. I was pretty much the do-it-all type of guy. And that's what Christian Kirk is. Now, how he will be implemented when the Dallas Cowboys roster, we're going to cut some heads if we get Christian Kirk because it's just not enough room to keep all of these smaller guys. So is he Dak friendly? Heck yeah, you know. So I think that it's one of those things. Shout out to DP, Dwayne Porter. T.O. ran a 4.68 coming out of the and he took his craft seriously and got faster. Dez didn't commit to his craft. His draft card says same thing as it does today. I did that before. I actually, believe it or not, I had Dez Bryant draft information, his draft card out, and I submitted to some of those who were out there, but I just didn't really want to bring it out. And you said the right thing, DP. You got to work on your craft. I think that Jerry Rice, I guess, leadership helped shift and molded T.O. in a sense. Now, T.O. did get the big head, you know, and, you know, it just happens sometimes when you get a younger receiver. But Brandon Marshall had the same withdrawals like T.O., you know what I'm saying? But Brandon Marshall was able to stay at his craft and things like that, right? So Jerry Rice taught T.O. T.O. pretty much got it and was like a presence for Brandon Marshall to learn under. And these younger receivers out here to this day, people still respect Dez Bryant, because you rightfully so. Those numbers that Dez Bryant have, they are good numbers. They are good things to have. But as far as crafting and working on his ability to, hey, shout out to Montana 808. Shout out to you. Hey, the thing is with that, you know, and there's no hate. A lot of people like to take it as like hate. But where has he improved? Now, look, if you guys give me a few seconds, I'm going to let the beat drop, and I'm going to pull up Dez Bryant scouting report if you guys don't mind, you know. Let me pull that up while this beat just keep going. I'm going to let that beat go. Thank you guys for being in the mix. All right. I'm back on the wax. All right, so this is not no hate film of Dez Bryant or anything. I do have to put that out there. But as we look at the overview, it does say that. Let me see if I can pull it up over here. It says that Bryant is an extremely talented receiver that have legitimate down the field speed as well as ability to adjust off target throws. He missed the final 10 games of his 2009 for lying to the NCAA investigation or investigator. His ability to control and handle off the field issue could come to have to be in question. And it says extremely competitive, which we all know that, hey, that is something that he can do out there. He's very competitive. But it is also says compete in ball targets, but sometimes also show lackadaisy attitude when he's on the backside of plays, when he acts to block. Now, one can argue and say, well, he improved on that aspect of his game because in this offense, Dez Bryant was one hell of a blocker. I heard some people that said that T. Will is a better blocker, but hey, it is what it is. I do know that everybody want to say that, but it is what it is. But when it comes down to weakness, right? We're going to stroll this part up right here. We're going to look at this weakness right here. And like I said, this is like not me just calling out on Dez. It's not me hating Dez. It is what it is. All right, it says weakness, and it says this on the scouting report. There are some questioning surrounding Dez Bryant's maturity level, right? We understand that, okay? Does not always show a high level of work effort from the ball. Was able to get open with pure athleticism in college, but need to run more precise routes on the next level. All right, case closed. That's all I have to say. That's not my report. I'm not going out here making reports on anybody. That's what I read, and that's what you guys heard from me reading. It is what it is. Now, when you're talking about a wide receiver who helped and worked and elevated his craft, that was Terrell Owens. He came out with the 3rd round draft. You know, he didn't have off the field issues, but hey, he's one of those guys that started blowing up. It started blowing up, and it was one of those things that now the team had to get rid of him. And he was just overwhelmed with all of his success. And I think Dez handled his success a whole lot better than Terrell Owens, in my opinion. But neither here nor there. All right, going back to DJ Moore. DJ Moore is 6 foot. Somebody said he's 6'1". By the time draft time come here, he'll be 6'5". You know what I mean? He's one of those guys that he's X-File. I do think that. Now, if we end up getting to DJ Moore, it'll be fantastic too as well. But it's one of those things where I'm leaning more towards defense. I made the comparable of the 2015 Panthers to this team now. We can beat that 2015 Panthers because that year they got rid of Steve Smith. They had put the trust and faith in Cam Newton. They let him be the leader of the team. The defense was scrappy. There was a run-first offense, and they did a lot of RPOs. Now, can we do the similar thing? Possible. Do we have the same coaching staff? No. But do we have a Chris Richard or Richards? We have that guy that can put everybody in places on this defense. Achito Beawuzie, Byron Jones just signed an extension. Well, he's not going to sign an extension, but he's going to put the offer for the 5th year contract for Byron Jones, which is good. Okay, so now he's going to play on the outside. I think that I don't know what they're going to do with Jordan Lewis. He's going to stay on the outside. They're going to kick him into being a slot. I don't know. Jordan Lewis, my reservation on him is when it get down to the red zone. He's only 5'9", 5'10", give or take. You have a 6 foot or 6'2", 6'3" receiver. Hey, lob fade pattern. There's only so much that you can do with that limited space. It's one of those things where maybe they do a rotate roll coverage. You know, they can rotate and roll Byron Jones out there and still kick him to the inside. I don't know. You know, I'm not out there coaching these guys up. Defense do win championships, D.O. Yes, who with me? The D first 2 rounds, wide receiver and 3rd. It's Carlos Warrior. Shout out to your name, man. You got a good name, man. T-Rex, Kirk. Yeah, I can see that. Infinity Wars with Wins Grammy. Wins Grammy. Is there somebody that name Infinity War? Shout out to you guys, man. Let me see. I told you guys I want to be long, and I'm sitting here long on this thing. All right. So with that being said, 5'10", but long arms. Could be quite possible how long his arms are. Let's see if I can close out. Too many things going in the mix. This out. We'll close this out too as well. All right. So depends. Are we getting a linebacker? I think we do need a linebacker. But you can squeeze out a linebacker in the 4th round. Shaquem Griffin would be nice because we play so much nickel. And here's why I make my case for him. Play so much nickel, right? And with all that nickel that we play, we can still have Jalen Smith in the mix. We can still have the Sean Lees out there. But with that being said, by us playing so much nickel, when you finally put out the full package out there, you can have Griffin running out to the ball. And if we have an ET, an Earl Thomas, you can do a lot of disguise. You can do a lot of cover 1 disguise and still kick it out to the 2. You can actually squeeze and push Kevon Frazier down into the box. There's a lot of things in Kevon. I heard his West Coast Cowboy. He was saying that, hey, he had foot issues coming out of college. He can really cover the grass. He really can have range. So I see that when it happens, but he said he can do it. So I'm going to believe him halfway. So Joshua Furch, I think that's how you say your name. Salute to you. Say prime time. How much will Jeff Heath play? Limited snaps, I think. I think Jeff Heath is good as a great rotational piece. I was wrong. I'm one of the guys that would say, hey, I was wrong thinking that Jeff Heath can play full time. I really like Jeff Heath at limited snaps. I think that Jeff Heath is a baller in that aspect of the game. Just not full time. Jesse Bate, been hearing his name a lot. If we go out and grab him, maybe, just maybe. But I'm still leaning towards an Earl, somebody who can teach him out there on the field coach. You know what I mean? Jalen Smith not wearing the brace, yes. So, with that being said, guys, the draft is right around the corner. It's either put up or shut up, get down or get put down, barbecue or mildew, however you want to cross it up, crystal cross. Lace them up, put them up against the dirt. We're going to have to figure out how we can do this thing. Yes, I'm going to be streaming towards the draft, and I'm going to give every breakdown of a player when they come across that board, whether or not it's the Cleveland Browns, the San Diego Chargers, the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff in the mix. Can the Browns be the next 88? Why or why not? Ken Brown. Are you talking about EQ Brown? It's not about the next 88. What we need to do is just go ahead and do like number 88. We need to do like number 8. Just put a glass box and prison that jersey in there for at least 10 years and don't have nobody else. His Italian Cowboy, I had to show that. He said he don't want Shaq Griffin. Hey, he's a rangy, edgy guy. But this is what we need to do with number 88. We need to put it in a box, glass, and seal it off with air. Put the jersey in that thing, I meant to say. And we just need to bury that number to like 10 to 15 years to everybody forget about that number, right? What we want off this team is we want some guys that are just willing to play team ball, not calling Dez Bryant not a non-team guy. But what we want is we really want the Dallas Cowboys to play team ball. Everybody is accountable. And when you put everybody accountable, every tub stand on their own bottom, then also everybody must understand that they have to carry their own weight, and we win games one game at a time. I want the Dallas Cowboys to be so focused on beating the Panthers that they don't know who their next opponent is until the next week. Well, you know how that goes, right? So we can do that. Noah Brown, hey, I see it and I believe it when I see it. I know I say don't sleep on Noah Brown, but let's see what he can do when it's time to get down. You know what I mean? Yeah, so with that being said, guys, it's pretty much late where I'm at. I got to wake up early in the morning. It's the first week. You guys know how Mondays are. It's one of the worst days of the week you can go into work for. But at the same time, you want to be focused and positive about it. So as we lead out, I'm gonna do a quick rundown of everybody that's in the house. Shout out to John Mason. Shout out to you. Balance is the key. That is what I'm talking about. The core. Maxwell. Shout out to you. D Boys 201. Hey, I will be fielding you guys' questions once the video has been posted. I try to respond to you guys in that fashion. But is Earl Thomas a possibility? Yes, keeper. He is. Trey Straight 98 or ST98 T-Rex. Esto. Shout out to you too as well. Who else we got in the house before I run? Matter of fact, you guys gonna hear the music. Let's get this thing going this way. How about that? Yeah. Joshua, you're right. The Patriot way. I hate the Patriots, but hey, it used to be the Cowboys way. They took it from us, and now we're trying to take it back. The baby. What's up? Nicholas, shout out to you. Stephen Johnson, as well. I like Deshaun Elliott. Yeah, he's the man.